Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Sunshining Country. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today is a big change from the weather we had last week. As you see, it's sun shining. It's roughly about 62 degrees. Really nice day today. And we are out here enjoying it. Phaedra and Mai up there with the turkeys and the goats. And I'm just out doing a quick review of our security lights that we've added to the property. We've added it about a couple months ago actually, and I'm just showing you what we did here. These are ones you can get anywhere. This one here, I'll put a link down of the type we got, but it has 3 different light panels on it that you can angle the 2 side ones to different angles that you need it, as you can see there. And then for this one is out here towards our gate here that goes in between our property and the neighbor. Our property actually goes a little bit past this gate up to where you see that the wild blackberry vines there with a few pine trees. We just gated it off here, just makes it simpler to open and close, and it's right here, and then we'll eventually fence a little bit out that way as well. But I just tied in a 2x4 right here, so you can see, to the fence post, and run it straight up so that's high up in the air. And then it just I angled the solar panel, which is on the back side of the unit here. It's hard to see it from my angle, but it's on the back side behind where the light LED panels are, so it gets the most sun at that angle. So you just put in a spot that gets sun and make your settings, and then we'll review it later on tonight, what it looks like at total darkness here, and then what it looks like when someone walks by it. I have it set for motion. These stay on a dim light. I have these set for dim, and then once it detects motion, it goes to full brightness for 30 seconds, and then it cuts back down to dim. And it runs like that all night, no problem. The dim light doesn't drain the battery because it gets plenty of sun here. But you can see, just screwing in a 2x4 into the fence post, get it high enough to where we can light this area up if something were to come by our fencing area here. And then we'll walk over to the one we have up against the tree we have at our other gate here. Stella's having a fit because she can't get inside there with Phaedra and Mai. It wouldn't be a good thing. She's not totally trained with the turkeys and the goats yet. Hey Stella, you having a fit? So this one we added just to the tree itself, right here. As you can see, there's a light sensor there that detects the dusk to dawn setting or for nighttime settings. So when it starts to come on, there's a little light sensor. Now you see, for this one, I angled it where the solar panel is on top, so where it'll get plenty of sun right there. So you can, there's several options of how you can mount these, and they've been pretty sturdy, pretty reliable. They haven't fell off or anything like that yet. So once you mount it, it's on there, and it'll light this area up if anyone were to come through that gate and walk past here by the animals here, or at any critters or persons that come by. It'll light up here in this area pretty well. So we got one there and one way over there at both of our entrances, and then we have a couple on the backyard area. So I'm going to pause it, and then when I get to the backyard, that way I won't bore y'all with things, we'll look at how we have those set up. Hello, welcome back. Here in the backyard area here, basically these lights the same way. We have 2 more in the backyard that kind of light up these pathways here, I guess these kind of trails that we have through here. And this one I just used a 1x4 here, and then I just mounted it to the top. I mounted the 1x4 to the tree there, as you can see underneath the bird house there, and then just mounted it to the 1x4 itself. So it doesn't take a whole lot of thickness to mount these. That way you see the solar panel is around the backside facing the sun from the backyard. So these I have set for where it'll stay off until there's motion, because we don't want anything to alert that there's a light there. If there's someone coming from back here, they shouldn't be back here in the first place, but if they come up, it'll automatically turn to bright. The other ones we just have on dim, so that we can still see if we look out the window. You can still see a little bit of the area here. Back here we don't really need that, because like I said, if there's something back here, they really shouldn't be back here, and it won't give them a warning that there's a light here, so that if they walk up, it'll catch them. Okay. Same thing with the front as well, but we have to see the front a little bit more than we do back here. And this one here, same way. I have a 1x4. You see this one lights up, angle towards this area here, this big trail here that goes by the brick pile there, and it just comes off the tree here. And the solar panel right there is further back here. It's just angled towards the sun at high, between high noon and till the sun goes down. It gets the sun to recharge it there, and gets plenty of light. Even in the cloudy days, it gets plenty of light to recharge it. So we don't have these running all night, these lights. So it keeps this area lit up pretty good if something were to come by. We've tested it out already. There's a few other lights we have back here in the backyard that helps light up this main area of the yard, you know, where our cast iron pot is there, and it kind of lights up this main area of the yard through here. You see our solar panels. We have these plug-in lights. They're not solar charged, they're plug-in LEDs, 30 watt, so it's 35 watt actually. And these can be found also. We got these off of Amazon as well. IP66 rating. We don't have it on the outside yet. I could mount it on these wood 2x4s, but I haven't had to do that yet. It gets still plenty of light even through the screen. One over here, and we have another one right behind the water on this side of the screen-in porch there, and it gives plenty of light to light up this entire wood line here. And the other one pretty much does the entire wood line all the way up to the trellis over there, the archway. So it gives us plenty of lighting that we can see most of the backyard. And then the ones that are added up on the trees back there will light it up if something were to come up from behind there. So just some ideas there. Like I said, we'll come back later with the nighttime review to see how it looks from total darkness to light on, and we'll turn these LEDs off that's on the back porch as well, so you can get a good idea of how bright those lights are. And we may also do a before and after the LEDs itself as well. So we'll be back soon when it gets dark. Have a good one. Hello, welcome back to Sunshine and Country. We just wanted to do about lighting around the house. If you're out in the woods, it's really dark obviously. As you can see around our house there, we do have some front porch lights that we keep on. Sometimes we'll turn them off, but most times we'll keep them on. And over there is totally dark. You might want to turn the chicken thing on. Plug in the orange cord too. Christian is going to plug in the orange cord for our light that goes around the tail end of our driveway here. As you see, it's really dark. So we want to kind of light it up a little bit, and we just use regular Christmas lights, as you can see there, just like people put up for Christmas. Of course, we keep these up almost year round, replace as needed, and that helps light up the wood line right there, right behind the driveway, so that we can see better when we're letting the dogs out to go to the potty. As you can see there, it goes around, and it goes around this bend here that gets really dark when it's raining real hard, especially right here. You can see where these reflectors are sticking out of the ground. That's basically where the drain is that go from one end to the other. So if you were to run off this side, you'll get stuck, which happened to me once when it was raining real hard in the Mustang. So So that's why I put the reflectors there, but we also have the spotlight there also that shines right here, so it's easier to see while you're trying to make this turn. I'm used to it now, but when we first moved in it was difficult. As you can see, we also have the landscaping light that goes along the edge going up that way to help guide you as you're driving. So the other lighting we have, that and the Christmas lights over there, and the chicken coop light here. As you can see, Christian just turned it on. It turns on rather nicely. You can see the entire front of the coop right where the gate is. All those are activated off of the dusk till dawn light setting. It's a light sensor plug, so they'll come on and they'll stay on from dusk till dawn. And the purpose is just to keep an eye on the coop from the house. You can look out and see if there's anything lurking, at least towards the front of the coop. And then we also have the same light, LED light, on the side of the house here, which helps to brighten up the front of the garage area rather nicely. And we have those two other lights, same LED lights in the backyard. Turning it over to Christian now so we can walk over here to the solar LED lights that we talked about earlier during the day, to let you see the difference on this side of the house, and then we'll do the backyard as well. So right now I'm walking, it's about half moon right now, so with naked eye you can still see decently, especially with the light over there on the chicken coop. It still lights up the area that bit. But you can wait right there and see how dark it is, but the camera doesn't do. The camera obviously doesn't pick up as much light as your eye. But when I walk through here, you can probably start to lose it until the light activates there. So see, as I walk past the light, the motion sensor picks me up and it turns on, and you can make me out pretty decently. Then I'll stay here and let it turn off. Takes roughly 30 seconds for it to turn back off. There it goes. So if you were to look from further away, you wouldn't see anyone standing here. We do have some light along the fencing there, some solar bulb lights, but it's not enough to let you see a person walking around this area late at night, early in the morning. So we have the solar light. As I step back here, it'll turn on again, and you'll see the difference before and after. There it goes again. So it'll pick up all the way. We tested it. It'll pick up all the way out here, even out right here. It'll turn on as you walk past. So now we're going to go over to the other side where we had the on our other gate. So this covers our gate, the main gate here that comes in from our main drive, and then we have another drive that goes over here that connects in with our neighbor's driveway. And at this other gate. And like I said, at the dim setting for these floodlights, I can actually make out that there's a gate there. I can make out the 2x4 and a little bit of the area underneath it. The camera might not be able to pick that up. And I'm going to walk towards it and you'll see what it looks like now and then what it looks like when I'm up there against it. So you can make out that I'm there. So here, you can see me pretty clearly. And if you were to back over there towards the house, you can actually see that there's a person or an animal over here in this area. If something were to jump the gate or the fence, it'll turn on, and you can see in this area. And if they're still moving around, it'll stay on until there's no motion. Now I'll stay right here and let it turn off. Give you another before and after. Okay, so it's off, and the camera probably can't pick me up right now very much. And now it's back on. I moved a little bit. See, it barely moved. If you want to pan around and see how far the light travels, Christian. Yeah, there. It's roughly the way I have the angle set on the solar, the LED panels. It goes all the way that way, roughly 35 feet to my left, and all the way that way another 35 feet, all the way to the edge of the gate there, or the fence line that goes over to my right. So it's a pretty wide path. It all depends on how you set your LEDs. So kind of play around with it to get your max light setting on where you want it to light up. So this one has a pretty wide range in the way we have it set, and also how high it is in the air as well helps with that. So and that's why we put it on that 2x4. The higher up, a little bit higher up, it'll give you a more broadcast of your light. So that's basically it for the front yard. We'll walk back to the backyard to look at that difference, and hopefully it'll help you have the idea of adding these solar lights. You don't have to run any power lines or anything. That'll help you be able to see at night, especially in real dark areas. Obviously we'll have several other places we would like to add the light eventually, but right now we just have the 4, and then we'll get more later. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Be back. Okay, welcome back. We're here in the back screened in porch area here. As you can see, we have the same LED lights that are inside the back porch area. We couldn't mount them outside. That'll give you even more lighting, but right now we haven't done that yet. So we have it on this timer here. It's just a Harbor Freight timer. You can use any other timers that you can set the time it comes on and turns off, so you don't have to remember to unplug it and plug it back up. But you can see, most of the light is going to reflect, well, not most, but some of the light is going to reflect off of the screen here. But it still gives us enough light in the backyard that we can see when we look out. If we're sitting back here, or if we're just looking out from our kitchen window right there, and we can see the area. As you can see, if I go away from the light, and this is looking through the screen, it lights up the entire side here pretty well. We'll step outside as well just to see how well it does. And through this front door, you can see here that it lights up pretty much almost all the way out to the wood line behind our house, so we can see whatever is in our backyard. Now we're going to turn it off just to let you see what it looks like without the light. When we first moved here, we couldn't see anything out here. So let's cut it off real quick. So now it's off. You can see we only have a couple of landscape lighting up there along the edge, and it is pitch black. Even with the naked eye, it's very hard to see without any light. Like I said, I can't even barely see the steps here. So we'll turn it on again. I'll hand the camera back. Christian, he just stay right there. And we'll hit the switch. See what the difference is. Okay, see there's a difference there that lights up. So these being LEDs, they're gonna run less power, and these don't really heat up as much. It has these heat sinks on the back of them. And I'll try to find the link if it's still available on Amazon at least, but they have these heat sinks on the back. It's like I say, it has these brackets. You can mount them on the wood or along any type of mounting system you need. And they don't get very hot. So as you can see, the big difference there from without it and with it. So now we're going to turn We're gonna pause it real quick. I'm gonna get a flashlight because we're gonna be reviewing also the solar lights that we showed earlier that are on the trees there, and we don't need these lights here. So I gotta get a flashlight and come back. All right. Okay, we're back. As you can see, we're about half moon. So even with half moon, it's still pretty dark back here. With the naked eye, I can see decent. We also have the dog light on in there too. Once that's turned off, it'll become darker in here. So let me walk around here and use the flashlight real quick, make sure I don't trip on anything. But we're gonna test the two lights out on these two trail lines here, before and after. You can see before on the straight ahead here, you can't really see anything, especially if you're looking out from the back porch or from the back window there. You're not gonna be able to see anything coming up there. And these we put it in these two spots. I didn't explain earlier because those are the two easiest ways to walk up to the backyard here. Our backyard kind of slopes down from these tree line, so the two easiest ways up are those areas there. So we put two there. We eventually add more because we like these, but right now we just have these two back here and the two in the front. So I'm walking towards this one here on the left side. Right now I'm right under it, so it's not activated yet. But as soon as I step past it, it'll activate and you should be able to see me. First, you can come closer if you need to. Right here. As you see, I'm walking up here. You can at least make it out that it's a person coming up. And we'll stand here and let it go dark again. It'll take about 30 seconds. If I can keep real still. Okay, it went dark again, as you can see. And you won't be able to see anyone coming up without any lighting. So the more lighting you have, a little bit the better when you're out here in the woods. And then make another movement and it'll turn back on. There it goes. Just barely moved there. Right now the dog light is also off. It's even darker back here now. So I'm gonna walk over to the other side now. And I definitely need a flashlight here. At this part of the yard here, it's right up above me right now. So I'm gonna turn my flashlight off. I'm trying to scan the area here just to make sure I'm not into any trip. I don't remember where my steps will be. I'm gonna turn my flashlight off and let the light turn on. So we're back to total dark. Right here, this trail coming up. If you come closer, you can. Okay, if someone were to come up this hill from this trail, you'll be able to spot them. Even further out this way, you can still spot them here. So even over here. But it's easiest if they're walking up this way. So I'm gonna stay here for another 30 seconds and let it go dark again. Hopefully my mic is picking up. I'm a good way, we're about 20-25 feet apart, Christian and I. Okay, so now we're dark again. See, there's a big difference between the light being on and the light being off. There it goes again. It turned on just for me taking one step. Okay. So there we go. That's the review of our, mainly the review of the solar lighting, but we also reviewed our lighting for LED lighting that'll plug in that you can use as well. That'll help help multiply the amount of light you have around your house when you need it. All right, so we are signing out. Let me step back into the light. So we're signing out for Sunshiny Country. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll put the link down below where you can get this set of light. You can check it out, review it, read the reviews, but the video review kind of speaks for itself. We've had these for almost 6 months now, and they've been working really well. So no issues so far. Alright, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share.